I had a babysitter that used to tell stories too long before I could actually write, and she would type the stories up for me. So I've always been a writer. I've written a number of books about other countries. The book that I got the National Book Award for was Homeless Bird, and that was written about a young 13-year-old widow in India. I wrote a series of books about St. Petersburg, about Russia, and I've written about China. And now the next book that's coming out, the next young adult book that's coming out, will be about my hometown, will be about Detroit. I actually started writing for young people because we had moved up to northern Michigan from Detroit. Detroit was my hometown, and somebody knocked on our door, and they had a cowboy hat and cowboy boots and a Texas accent. And they said they wanted to drill for oil on our property, and we didn't have the mineral rights. So they cleared 3 acres and put in a big road, and we watched all this happen. Of course, we were hoping that nothing would come of it. But in the process, we got to know the drillers, and particularly a young boy. And so I wrote a story about a young boy who worked on one of those rigs. And because it was about a young boy, it was my first young adult novel, and that just sort of started me out. I've done a book about a young girl who weaves rugs in Afghanistan, and she spends her life at the loom, can't go to school. So it's her life and how she sees the rest of the world. It's sort of an eye-opener for young people in this country to find out other children live in other countries. I don't often know where my stories come from or why I've written them or where the characters came from. It's all kind of a surprise to me. When I sit down to write, I really never know what I'm going to write. And if I did know what I was going to write, it would be really boring. You would just be writing down, copying. So the wonderful thing about writing is that you surprise yourself as you write, and that's the interesting part about writing. Writing is what I do, and if I'm not writing, I'm miserable to live with. So I do keep writing. I love to write. It's what I do, and I treat it like a job, and I get up in the morning, and after breakfast, I sit down and write on my computer for 3 or 4 hours every day, 6 days a week. I do take Sundays off, so it's a profession for me, and I love doing it.